As a kid, I genuinely thought Herobrine was a thing, and I think I had an insomnia-induced vision of Herobrine. So there were days where I would play Minecraft for days on end, like straight up days on end, like no sleep. I think I was on a 3-day bender, and I thought I saw Herobrine while strip mining on console. It's a vivid memory I have. Just saying. Want to get that out there. Do I think I legitimately saw him? Probably not. It was probably just me not sleeping for 3 days that done it. You know? But hey, I thought I saw him. And I told my friends about it. And they didn't believe me either.
Just what if the thing I have been pointing at few years ago is real? Today, I'd like to take you on a journey, a deep dive if you will, into a promising, possible explanation of Herobrine. In a typical video essay fashion, I'd now explain who Herobrine is, how it all stemmed from a post on some forum, how the Copeland stream made the creepypasta explode in popularity, but there are already videos covering that, and I want to get straight to the...
Dude, looking at the Minecraft launcher like this is nostalgic. Wow. That's so weird to see the Minecraft launcher like this. On old Windows. Bam. I feel old looking at this. I feel old. I remember having a laptop playing Minecraft and it looked like this. Those are the fucking days.
Point. You've probably heard many hypotheses about Herobrine's existence ranging from total...
I remember not even playing on a launcher, but the website version, yeah, the browser version was crazy. How does that even exist? I was just getting Herobrine, but Slenderman, dude, that's another thing. I remember, this is gonna sound really crazy. I had a friend who lived literally across the road. You could almost see his house out of my window. He lived in a vicarage, which means there's a church and there's a house that's kind of attached to it where the vicar would live. And it's kind of like the people of the church would live there so they can maintain the church and shit, blah, blah, blah. He lived in that house. And in his room, he had like a closet that had like a weird like secret compartment at the top, but we could fit into it. So what we'd do is we'd crawl into his closet, get to the very top, we'd like cram in there, and we'd put a blanket over us, turn off all the lights, close the doors, and we'd play Slenderman in this little secret compartment in his closet. It was the creepiest shit ever. Very, very creepy. He also made me like cream pasta one time, and it was really disgusting.
Absurd, like Herobrine haunting your hard drive, to more reasonable ones, like Herobrine being included in the game at some point, but to this day I haven't heard one that wasn't debunked. Minecraft's source code has been known and analyzed for years, and not a single line of code pointing to Herobrine has been found. But I had this crazy idea. You see, many Herobrine stories included a key detail that sparked a thought in my head. Pirated version of the game.
So they're trying to say that like a circulated version of Minecraft that was pirated had Herobrine in the code. Interesting. I kind of like this angle. I think that's okay. I like this as a very good angle. Wait, if Herobrine isn't real, then why did my dad die of a Herobrine overdose?
Apparently, Herobrine appeared only on unofficial or non-premium installations of Minecraft, and today I want to explore that possibility. But without further ado, for the sake of this video, I've downloaded a popular cracked Minecraft launcher made by Anhokaido, also known as Minecraft SP. Then I decompiled it, and while browsing through its source code, I found nothing. There was nothing suspicious.
Of course it's nothing.
And, to be honest, I did not expect to find anything extraordinary in a popular launcher downloaded from a first search result on Google, but that's not the point. I want to focus on something else. In this video, I want to show you how easy it is to modify that launcher and use it as a base for either a harmless prank built on a premise of popular creepypasta or something much more sinister. However,
okay, so he's saying that it's not the most popular pirated version that could have it, but like it's possible to put Herobrine into a cracked version. So to say that it didn't exist is probably just like false. Because it's possible and relatively easy for someone with know-how, he's saying it probably does exist. It's always, or something much more sinister. The thing is, the something much more sinister is like 12-year-old Jeremy downloads cracked Minecraft to his family PC, and his grandmother's personal information gets leaked, has her identity stolen, and then some rich African prince tells her she needs to send him $50,000. So that is pretty fucking sinister, if you ask me. That's extremely sinister.
To understand that properly, we first need to talk about launchers in general. What they are and what do they do? Well, a launcher in Minecraft terminology is a program that lets you boot up the game easily. You don't need a launcher to play the game, you can do it with a simple batch file, but launchers are much more user-friendly. Additionally, a launcher such as Minecraft SP would automatically download necessary files from Mojang servers, minecraft.jar, necessary libraries, etc. It would also let you update the game easily, but can you see the problem? The launcher downloads the files. How can you be sure those files are coming from Mojang servers and not some third-party one? To test that theory, I've modified the aforementioned launcher so that it downloads the files from my own server hosted on my computer. Okay, let's stop for a second. More technical players might be wondering, how could nobody know?
Okay, if you genuinely think how could nobody notice Minecraft downloading a random file, you're fucking insane, dude. You should realize how, like, computer illiterate people are. It's scary how computer illiterate people are. If you've ever worked corporate, you'll understand that anybody over the age of 35 barely knows how to use a computer, bro. Like, it's bad. It's bad. Some people are really dumb. And I don't know if it's exactly their fault. I don't know. And if it's like being stubborn, I don't really get it. But some people are just really bad with computers.
Notice that people were installing mods, digging in the game files. Surely somebody would notice. But what if I tell you the launcher I've made makes it practically impossible to detect that the game was modified? It didn't touch the game files yet. Look at that. I'm able to spawn Herobrine, give myself some items or change the time of day. Before we take a deep dive into mechanics, there may be some confusion. Have I found something? Do I have any proof of such thing happening in the past? Or is it just a conspiracy theory? Well,
I think this is literally just like a clear and closed case of anything that can happen will happen. And because it very easily can happen that you can put Herobrine in a random crack file of Minecraft, means it probably did happen. Right? I think that's what this is. Maybe he's got more on this. There's like 8 more minutes of this video.
I have checked few Minecraft SP launchers and I haven't found anything out of the ordinary, but mind you, there are countless re-uploads of that small piece of software. I won't be able to check all of them. My main focus of today is to spread the word and show you a proof of concept that
So we're 4 minutes into the video for a proof of concept of Herobrine. Alright, understood.
thing like that might have been a reality. In my eyes, this is the only possibility of Herobrine ever existing, the last glimmer of hope.
The music is honestly the MVP of this whole video right now. Like, it's carrying so much of the weight of this video.
Going back to
and
the
his
topic,
accent.
however, let me show you how this modified launcher works. Normally, when you press enter game, the launcher first checks whether all the necessary files are on your computer. If not, they are downloaded from the official Mojang server. You may notice I'm mentioning the official Mojang server while talking about a pirated launcher. How is that so? Well, interestingly,
dude is saying so much of nothing. Kind of. Yeah.
Anyway,
I feel like this is like... Okay, I'm going to insult the average Minecraft viewer here. This is aimed to the 14-year-olds that play Minecraft and aren't exactly the most tech savvy yet. Give them a couple years and they'll be able to hack your modem and then you're fucked. Yeah. Good luck. Your whole neighborhood is now a botnet. But until then, they're figuring out what an official Mojang server is.
one could access those files. Type in s3.amazonaws.com/minecraftdownload/minecraft.jar and see for yourself.
Mouthful.
I recommend you, however, using the web archive, as nowadays this address points to an invalid resource, but back in the days those files were accessible to anyone, so there was no point in pirates hosting their own servers for downloading the game files. Due to official servers not responding as they should, my version of the launcher downloads the files from a local server I host on my computer, but those files are 100% original.
Ooh.
However, hidden amongst them there is a malicious payload file containing the modification. In real scenario,
payload?
only the additional content may have been downloaded from a third-party server, making it even more undercover. After the launcher downloaded necessary files, it is time to patch the game with malicious payload. It's basically like installing the mod back in the days. You open up minecraft.jar, drop in the modified files, and most importantly, delete meta.inf directory. The launcher now does exactly the same thing with a small twist, but I will let you ponder on that for a second. Let's see if you figure it out.
What am I pondering on again? He just says a whole lot of nothing. What? Hold on, one sec.
But I will let you directory. The launcher now does exactly the same thing with a small twist, but I will let you ponder on that for a second. Let's see
I got
if
nothing.
you figure it out. In the
Does it
meantime,
shake it a little bit for
let's
me?
check the files to see any possible discrepancies. The bin folder seems to be intact. There are no additional files. Opening up minecraft.jar, we see nothing out of the ordinary. Most importantly, the meta.inf is still there, but to be sure, let's compare entire Minecraft jar against a legitimate version downloaded from Omni Archive. Instead of tediously going file by file, I will use something called a checksum. To put it simply, a checksum is basically like a
It's okay. It's fair that he's talking like we don't know fuck all.
fingerprint
Keep
of
going.
a file.
Keep going.
If files are identical, their checksum is going to be identical too. So let me take a look at the CRC64 checksum. We can see it matches, meaning either the Omni Archive team spiced it up with Herobrine, or more realistically, my Minecraft.jar is untouched. But notice one thing, normally when playing Minecraft you cannot modify, delete or rename the jar. However, in this instance, I'm free to do so, pointing at the fact that this file is in fact not used at all. Okay, if you figured how it works, congrats. If not, let me explain. After setting things up, the launcher copies the minecraft.jar file into a temporary directory, far away from .minecraft. The simplest way of getting rid of meta.inf is to copy all the internal files from the jar except the meta.inf directory. This way the original jar is left untouched. Any changes, for example me retexturing a creeper, carry on to the modified version, making it very hard to spot. I think it's good time for me to stop and explain the whole deal with the meta.inf directory. Why is it so important to delete
I didn't think this would be so technical, chat. I thought this would be more creepy, but it's just like a Russian guy explaining how computers work to me.
it when modifying the game files? Let's
I'm
take
kind
a
of
look at
enthralled.
one of the files stored in meta.inf, manifest.mf. This file contains SHA1 checksums for all the game files. For the sake of this video, you don't need to know what SHA1 is, just know that the purpose of it is to reduce the files to a short, manageable string of characters. Just like CRC64 that I've used to compare two Minecraft.jar files. Later, when loading the jar, Java runtime environment checks whether the actual checksums of game files match the ones in manifest.mf. If not, an exception will be raised and you'll see the error screen pop up. Now let's get back to the topic. After the Minecraft jar is copied, the payload file is placed in that hidden directory too. And finally, the launcher tells Java to load necessary files using the modified, copied version of jar and the payload too. Even if we now open the modified jar, you won't see the modified files, as they are loaded by Java during the runtime. The result of that whole process, you are playing a modded instance of Minecraft without even knowing that.
See.
Best part is, it would even work with
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
some mods installed, as long as there are no conflicts. The malicious payload could go a step further. Instead of raw dogging the Herobrine into the game, it could function.
Your dad. You've seen my dad on stream. I don't think he'd be very happy about that. But you're also not wrong. If my dad was green, that might be what he
as
looked
a
like.
regular mod, using modloader to further eliminate the possibility of incompatibility with user-installed mods. Quite fascinating, isn't it? Okay, but what if there was a conflict?
No.
Wouldn't that give it away? Well, for a technical, cautious player, it may set off an alarm, or at least a warning. But most people will just stare at the crash message for a bit and probably try again, just to be sure. The launcher could detect the crash and enter the silent mode. This time, it launches the game in an ordinary fashion. The player, oblivious to the whole situation, remains convinced it was just a bug. Maybe a cosmic particle hit their RAM in a wrong way or something. And the sneaky author of the
Happens to
launcher
the best of us.
slips under the radar. I know what some of you may think. This is far-fetched. Why would anyone go through such lengths to scare some children? And just so you understand me, I do not accuse Hokkaido of any wrongdoings. All I say is they created a launcher that's really easy to reverse engineer, modify and distribute without anyone giving it a second thought. I have zero experience in reverse engineering, yet I was able to decompile and modify its source code with minimal toolkit at my disposal. Also, the modified launcher I've presented.
Okay. So we've really watched the bulk of the video. I don't even think I need to finish it. I'm going to, just because I've started it. But it's basically saying you can basically edit cracked files of a Minecraft pirate copy, add in Herobrine, then hide those files so someone running it would never even know that it was a modded version, an edited version of Minecraft. And then they'd be playing and randomly see Herobrine and shit themselves. Then never claim any credit. Never claim any credit. Never say anything official. It's just a few people saw it. I mean, yeah. I mean, it could happen. Like, legit, it could have been like a prank that one friend played on another and it just, like, spirals out of control. Turns into some fucking Reddit story. Check your files, not gonna lie, trust. You do not want to see the files on my PC, let me tell you that right now. It's incredibly obvious that this is possible. Boomtech, you're forgetting that you're a smart fella. And most people are fart smellers, alright? Most people don't know that you can just edit a game file like that. They don't know you could just, like, basically add a mod that does that. And then hide that mod. Without even knowing. Like, people don't know that shit. Let's be so real. Like, there is literally people, as I said, sending money to an African prince. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's good for it, bro. I don't want to say he's not, but I haven't seen any evidence yet. Gen Z yearns for Herobrine confirmation. Could you blame us? The greatest trick Herobrine ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Who quoted this? Is this a quote from the video?
To you today is just a proof of concept. In reality, it may have been much more advanced, and the mod itself, instead of adding a wandering Herobrine dummy, it could be a full-fledged player simulation with advanced AI. It could even allow for remote access. Basically,
see, remote access is even creepier, which is all, I guess, technically possible, but much harder to perform. Remote access would be scary. That would be genuinely scary. I think that's scarier than there being a real Herobrine. A real ass human being joining my game when they really shouldn't be able to. That's creepier. Like, I feel like my privacy's been really breached then, you know what I'm saying?
Transforming your single-player world into a multiplayer one. The sky is the limit in this case. I'm well aware it was around 16 years ago, but I see no technical
16 years ago, so about half the people watching this fucking video aren't even born yet, I bet. Bloody hell.
limitations for implementing Herobrine into the game. You may say that back in alpha or beta the mob AI was just not up to the standard, but take into account that to this day, Minecraft uses a modified version of A-star algorithm, which was first published in 1968. There was nothing stopping a skilled programmer from adding it
I bet there's no one in this chat right now that was born before 1968.
into the game, possibly making it even smarter. Now, let's get back to real talk. How can we prove anything like that ever happening? If the system was at least as clever as mine one, and I assume it would have been more advanced, searching for traces left in Minecraft files on our computers is most likely futile. As I've shown you, the files are not modified. They are stored in a remote location and would probably be purged after finishing the game, just to be safe. So no, I don't expect anyone finding Herobrine.png in their Minecraft.jar. What about the saves, the worlds that were played on during that time? I think
He's definitely labeled something like cheeseburger, right? It'd be like cheeseburger.png, this a random ass fucking name.
it's dead end too. The Herobrine entity might have not ever been saved to the save file. Info about that could be stored elsewhere or not stored at all. That leaves us with only one way. Checking as many Minecraft launcher as it is possible. Of course, the server hosting the additional content are probably long gone, but it should be possible to catch suspicious requests to a different servers by monitoring the network traffic with tools like Wireshark. Here you can see my launcher sending the request to my local server for the payload.jar file. I believe something similar would take place in other launchers that have been tampered with.
Okay.
Believe me, I would love to say that this suspicious Minecraft launcher has been found, but that is not the case. I'm currently in the middle of scraping the web archive, looking for download links from years 2009 to 2013.
He's actively scraping. That's actually crazy. He's genuinely looking for evidence that Herobrine exists in an old launcher. That's crazy. He's like actively scraping. Is this severe autism? Do we need to answer that? Like, yes, bro. Yes. I bet he really likes trains. No, this is his trains. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't like trains and something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is his trains. Like, he doesn't go out and, like, take pictures of public buses. He scrapes Minecraft launchers from 2008. Oh, or was it 2011? Sorry, or whatever it was. If anyone confused, a video creator does not mean generative AI, LLMs, and machine learning, as it did not even exist yet. But general... Oh my god. Oh my god. Because he was talking about the fucking AI of Herobrine, people thought he meant generative... Are people stupid? People are conflating, like NPC AI with AI these days. That is insane. Like, wow. I think this has taken me back to people's computer literacy being fucking dog shit. Like, if you ask a 45-year-old person to make a Discord account and join a server, they wouldn't be able to do it. They just wouldn't. They wouldn't. And then be like, well, I bet you could change a tire. And then you just load up a YouTube video and change a tire in 30 minutes. Like, it's fucking easy, bro. Oh, the hell was that? Vicious Otter. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome in. How you doing? God. People are stupid. I saw Herobrine once as a kid. Turns out we had an actual gas leak in the house, and I'm 99% sure it was a hallucination. Literally, that's what it's like for me, bro. That's what it's like for me. I think I had, like, a hallucination through insomnia, and I thought I saw Herobrine. Because I have, like, a vivid memory of strip mining in Minecraft on my PlayStation at, like, 2 a.m. I'm just saying, like, it's a vivid memory. I remember it to this day. And I told people about it. But I was up for like 3 days straight. So. And you're a kid. Your imagination's so strong as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I miss the days my biggest fear were dumb internet creepypastas and not taxes, bills, and seeing my totals at the grocery store. As an unemployed guy, can't relate, but very real. I was confused because there was no 15-minute explanation of what Minecraft is. Genuinely, with how, like, rudimentary this was, I feel like he kind of had to, no? Yeah, sadly, this makes the video quite incomplete. I love this guy. I finally understand how UFO fans feel about I want to believe because, dude, I want this to be real. I think... that's a stretch. Do you guys believe in UFOs? I don't know if I do. I don't think I believe in UFOs in the sense of, like, flying saucers from alien planets. But I believe in UFOs in the sense of, like, nations testing random aircrafts that, like, are super secret and somehow get caught on camera somehow, you know? I do believe in UFOs. And the boogeyman, or just the UFOs? Just making sure. I'm pretty sure I met Herobrine once. Not too sure, though. I was pretty young. And the chloroform. Just aliens. Okay, I think there's a difference, though, in believing that, like, in believing in aliens and then thinking that there's UFOs and flying saucers flying around our planet right now. You know what I'm saying? I believe people saw something they think was aliens. Bang! I believe that as well. I believe that as well. I had a crazy theory that there's a bunch of people that just liked putting things up their butt during, like, the 1980s. So it became a trend of just, like, lying and saying it was UFOs that, like, abducted them and probed them to keep shoving things up their ass. Like, it's just, like, a whole elaborate ruse to go to the hospital with, like, I don't know, let's say a Buzz Lightyear toy up your anus. And say, dude, I was probed by aliens. Please help me. Get this out of me. Oh, God. I also believe in Joe Henry. Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. I don't want to say his name too much, though. I'm not gay. Aliens stuck a pad in my ass. Honestly, I don't blame them, though. You kind of got to lie, because back then it just wasn't allowed, which is crazy. The government saying that our aliens is the biggest detractor for me. That's true. As soon as anything politically inflammatory happens, hey guys, there's new alien information just dropped. I swear to God. I swear to God it's real, guys. Take a look at this. And it's clearly just like an AI generated image. To infinity and beyond the sphincter. Oh God. It's a poisoned waterhole right there. There's a snake in his boot, T-hole. I think that video, dare I say, for some, stated the obvious, but I think, for others, shed a light on something they didn't realize was too plausible. Enjoyable video. It gets a light from me. Also, this guy's voice reminds me of Dota players, so